Okay, so we are live. Hi everyone, and I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. Can someone give me confirmation? Hi Ashraj. Okay, hi Utkarsh. Hi Ashraj. Okay, great, great. Hi Raman, Ramesh. Okay, we are clearly audible and visible. Right. So, hi Purnima. Let's start with the session now. In yesterday's session, when did it start? It's already started. Okay. So in yesterday's session, we did something and we learned about the problem statements. Now I'm sure you guys have went home and actually revised those concepts. Just one second. One second, yeah. It still have it still have a chance to submit ideas. I am not sure about that, Ramesh. No. Now is the chance to actually work on the portion and actually submit the execution portion. So in yesterday's session, we did solve the problem statements. We did decode the problem statements and we talked about how you can tackle the problem statements. What were the tech stacks you need to use? We talked about Olama as well, how to actually see the installation process and which model to use, which is the lightweight model and all. That is something that we covered in yesterday's session. Now, today's session, we're going to talk about exactly how to exactly submit the process and how to showcase your solution and everything, right? Now, a major thing about that is that we want you to provide us Google Drive, in which you're going to provide all the documentation and all those things, and the Google Drive should be open, right? So it should be open and visible to anyone who opens that link. Now, this was the entire criteria. It was the entire thing. This was the problem statement that we talked about. This is the timeline, right? So these are the learning sessions, and after that we have the review and evaluation and grand finale and winner announcement, right? This is your team. So this is your entire team, and this is how you can actually add your members as well. And we talked about the conditions and the rules and regulations and everything, right? Now, here there were two things, that one was a technology stack and one was a strategy and consultant track, right? We talked about technology track, and now we're going to talk about the strategy track and also the submission templates. So, okay, technology, yeah, this is the one. Let me share, yeah, this is the one where we have to submit the entire thing. How exactly you have to submit the entire thing? This is how you have to submit the entire thing. Okay, this is for this strategy portion as well. One is the technology stack, and one is the technology. One is the technology stack, and another one is the strategy and the consulting track. So this is for the strategy and consulting track. This was the theme, right? That this was the application. The theme explored how advanced artificial intelligence can be seamlessly integrated into practical real life scenarios to drive innovations and efficiency. It highlights the potential of AI agents and transform business processes, enhance decision making, and optimize client servers for automating routine task and to provide deep insights through data analysis. AI agent can empower consultant to deliver more strategic, data-driven solution to address real-world challenges, such as improving operational efficiency, enhancing customer experience, and driving sustainable growth. This was the entire theme that we talked about, right? Now, here are the guidelines. The template should contain the following, and it is mandatory to be used by the teams for submitting your innovation ideas, right? So you should follow this entire naming tag. Your the thing that you're submitting is should be the file that you're submitting should have your team name underscore the idea name. That should be the name of your PPT. How your PPT should look like, this is also something that we have already mandated. So you should follow a certain you should follow exactly a certain way of how to deliver and how to provide us the entire slides, right? One is through this method in which we are having an entire structure of how you have to submit the entire presentation, right? So first of all, talking about your team details. What's your team name? and what's your team name, and what is your team leader's name, and what's your name. You can attach a photo as well, that works. Then we have an entry submission summary where we're talking about the idea title, the team name, problem statement, and the proposed solution. Right. So what's your idea title? Like concise and impactful idea for your thoughts for your idea. Whatever you feel is the best idea title for you, work on that. Whatever is your team name, the team name can be chosen here. This is your team name, and you can change your team name here as well. That totally works. Sorry for that. Right. And this is how you can do that. After that, you can add the problem statement. So you can just copy paste the problem statement, write a summary of the how the exactly the problem statement looks like, and the proposed solution. Like how you're exactly proposing to solve the certain solution. Like we are building a multi-agent, and through that multi-agent we are devising something, and this multi-agent is connected to a DB that is helping you to automate this process, something like whatever the thing you're using. Right. After this is the problem statement detail. So you have to explain the problem statement detail as per your own terms, that what exactly do you understand of the problem statement and the entire idea. Right. Then this is the proposed solution overview. Okay. How exactly you're applying the Gen AI and the agentic AI in the proposed solution, how exactly you're proposing the solution, how concise it is, like what's the best way you're thinking of. Like you could mention the different parameters that you thought of and how you decline that, and this is why this is the best way that you have chosen, and why this is the best way that is going to help you win this competition. All those ideas should be concisely written here. Moving forward, then you have the technology used. So how exactly did you use the technology, the deployment, the readiness, and the proposed solution, and how well the solution is connected to the current technology. Now just take care of one thing, that you already have a certain questions that are going on, like a current procedure that is already being followed in the industry, right? So there's an already existing current procedure that is being followed in the industry, and that is also in the mentioned in the problem statement. Correct. So that is also being mentioned in the problem statements. Now, if that's already mentioned in the problem statement, just take care of whatever you're creating in that should also include that how exactly you're automating that entire process. Just take care of all these things in the proposed solution as well, and in the technology use, like which technology you're using, how dependent it is, uh, which AI agent you're using, which API you're using, and if you're scraping the data, why are you scraping the data, all those information. Is the data scrapped and does not contain any personal information? All those kind of information you can fill in the technology used, right? Conclusion: summarizing the impact and effectiveness of your solution, reiterate how it solves the problem statement. Now, here you need to actually work on the impact and effectiveness of your solution. Like, this is the conclusion statement, right? So, that needs no introduction. You just need to tell about the impact and effectiveness of your solution and how exactly your solution is the best way to fulfill the conclusion of the problem statement that was given here, right? And again, you have to mention about how it solves the problem statement, on what grounds, and how readily it is done, and how it is better than others, and all those things. Okay. Okay. After that is the references. If you have taken any references, if you use GPT, if you use certain books, if you use certain GitHub repository to actually understand or watch a certain video, and you want to add those references, then you can add those references. That's it. That's thank you. Right? That was the entire template. Now there's another template, that is the technology stack, and this can be seen here. The technology track. So if you click on the submission template, can be downloaded from here. So this is submission template, and if I open it up, right, this is the submission template of Accenture. Here are the guidelines. Again, the PPT should be given the name as whatever is the team name underscore whatever is the idea name. Clear? Again, the same things that the team details, team name, leader's name, and all these things. Idea, team name, problem statement, and proposed solution. Correct. And the problem statement that you're trying to address. Now, here you need to again mention the problem statement that you're trying to address with the audience. Further, here's a proposed solution, how exactly you're tackling the problem statement, right? What is the technology used? You can mention the key technology, framework, tools that you use in the solution, again, as it is mentioned. Agent interaction design. Now, here you can talk about a flow chart or the best possible thing that you can fill that can be filled in this agent interaction design, so that people, whoever is judging your project, can get an idea that how exactly your problem statement is connected well, like how exactly the agent design system and how exactly they are utilizing that, and how well it is connected to one another. Like an entire flowchart will help them understand that how exactly your agent is working on that interactive design and how it is interconnected and everything, right? So focus on that design portion, the flow chart and all those portions. After that, you have the code structure. So how exactly you're structuring your entire code, right? So suppose you have certain codes and you have added these codes, and how the code is being managed. So suppose you have a DB, and through that DB, how the code is being referenced and how it is getting into the agent, and what exactly is the agent using? Is it calling the API, or what exactly is it happening? So the entire code structure that you're using here should be mentioned in this kind of slide. Next is the demo video. You can add a link here in the demo video, or if you want, you can add through the slides as well. The demo video, as I mentioned yesterday as well, that exactly shows the working of your model. Like you can open up, you can have already deployed on GitHub or somewhere, and you can directly show us the link. So if you click on that link, do we need to submit the code? Okay, I'll talk about that. So the as I mentioned, the entire video as well that you're talking about. So you could have a GitHub repository, or wherever you're hosting that, you have a link. If you just click on that link, it will open up the entire thing that you've created. Now you can create a video solution for that, a video in which you're actually showcasing your entire project, explaining that this is your portion, that what is this portion doing, and then show the problems, show how the more whatever that you are showing is working, and how it is interconnected with one another, how well it is working, right? And then you can show different aspects of it, what was the problem statement, and how it is fulfilling the problem statement, how it is actively automating all those things. So you should take care of all those things in that demo video, okay? And that gives you an edge about with comparison to others. The demo video gives an edge because based on that demo video itself, we can analyze and judge your projects, that yeah, these projects already know what exactly they're working on, they are deployed, and they're everything, right? That leaves a good idea. Then you have the conclusion that summarize the impact, the same thing that we have talked in the previous slides as well. Finally, any references that you have added, and the thank you. Now you should submit all these things, a PPT, all these things, and a GitHub repo, all those probably things uh, in a Google Drive link, right? And that Drive link should be open to all, so that we can actually access all these things, so that it is easy for us to maintain all these things and already check all those things. Try to have a GitHub repo, and again, take care of the factors that this project is actively new. The GitHub repo should not be very prior, or it should not have forked that or something like that. It should be your own GitHub repo. Then the project should be deployed, right? Whatever you're using, it should be a website. Just add the link for the website. You don't want to run the entire thing. That leaves a bad image for the judge, for it to actually download the entire thing, try to work on the execution portion and all these things, right? So try to have a link in which through which the directly your portal or whatever the web page or web app, whatever you're creating, is being opened up, and through that we can see the entire execution, and create a demo video for that as well. So in the Google Drive, you can add the PPT, you can add the demo video, you can add your GitHub links and all those things. That leaves a good impact. Do we need to submit a code repo or demo? You need to submit both. In the demo video you can show the entire thing, and additionally you can provide certain docs in which you can provide us the link of your GitHub repos and all these things. Again, in your GitHub, give us our Google Drive link and just have it open for all so that we can check all these things. If I create an earning app where the users watch videos to earn money, and after the app's growth, 10,000 users are active in the same time, while 5,000 users request withdrawal simultaneously. How can I manage payout for all users? Um, okay. What must be submitted before APR 6? I didn't get your question. APR 6? How do I add a team member? You have to submit project, submit code or prototype. No, you don't have to submit prototype. You just have to submit the entire code. Yes, Raj. Give me a project. You can choose any project you want. You can choose any project you want, Mr. Unknown. Okay. And okay, before April 6, you should submit the working part. 1 second, let me show entire timeline so that you can be clear of what to be done. This is the timeline, right? So before this, reviews and evaluation. After this, from this portion, it starts from 7th and it ends till 18th. So you must have gotten a link, like a deadline by which you have to submit your entire project. If I'm not sure if it's by 6th, then by 6th you have to submit the entire repository that contains the working of your project and the link of the project and the video as well, demo video. Otherwise, in the timeline, it shows that the reviews and the evaluation starts from 17th and until 18th, 7th until 18th. So by 6th, I think you have to submit everything. You have to submit everything, and then by 10, 11 days, the internal team will work on reviewing and evaluations. And by 24th, we will declare the results and the winner announcement by 6th. That's how the entire timeline work. Okay. Right. Is it still? Is it still? We have a chance to submit idea. Okay. Talked about that. Any other questions you guys have? Any other questions you guys have apart from this? Because it's the entire submission criteria, and you can easily do that. Here, I guess you have to mention the mail ID to actually add your teammate. Just mention the mail ID and just click on send invite. It will send the invite to them. And once they click on yes, they'll be added here, right next to you under your team. You'd be the captain and you can be the member. And then this is how you can actually add your members in the team for whoever was asking that. Right. Any other questions? Otherwise, I think we are done with the session. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I have told you the entire submission template of how you can submit that to us. And just make sure of providing the demo video. Actually, I've registered already. I'm working on the solutions. I've added my teammates, so my entire project is a single bundle. Okay, got it. Got it. Great, great to know that, Abhishek. Teammates, so my entire submission is a single bundle before April 6. Got it. Okay. No other doubts, I'm assuming then? So teammates adding is very easy. Work on the solution part. You have a deadline till 6th, right? Till 6th you have to submit the things. And again, to stand out of the crowd, actually try to have a demo video in which you're actually explaining the entire concepts. Try to add a GitHub repo in which the process is being gradually being shown, like the commit history also being checked. That happens. And just make sure of all these things. Submit the criteria in the manner that they are asking you. like the team name underscore your idea, whatever it is, dot pptx. That format you can save it, and otherwise the link for the entire thing. And yeah, that's it. Just submit that in a good bundle, and you'll be good to go, right? So I don't think you have. If you have any other questions, you can ask me in 1 or 2 minutes. If you don't have, then we can wrap up the entire session. If your solution is not yet completely ready, can we still just fill idea? Yashaj, you should focus on providing us the complete solution. But even if you are in mid between, you can just submit that project. No worries. Because again, the deadline was a little strict. I can understand it as there are 2 rounds. Screen recording with the relevant audio content. My vocal is not enough for demo video. Are showing my visual through the demo video. As in, it's your opinion. Screen recording with the relevant audio content. You are showing my visual face through the demo video. As in, no, no, no. Just focus on the screen recording and the relevant audio. That works. Your vocal is good. Giving your face as well, that's okay. That looks a little professional. See, if I talk about that, looks a little professional. Because again, I myself have judged many hackathons, and in these kind of online hackathons that we are conducting in Geeks to Geeks, we can actually see that something like this happens, and people who are given edge who are actually recording these videos. Now, because this is on a very good level, I expect that a major of you are already going to create a video. So try to make it as professional as possible. If you have no problem with the video profession, then work on the video portion as well. That totally works. Right. Any other questions? If a solution is not completely ready, you can submit it. No worries, Yashraj. The deadlines was a little strict. Could be that there are many people who are not able to provide the complete solution. No, there's no such criteria that you need to add multiple people in your team. If you feel that you are confident and able to do all these things on your own, then go for it. That's the reason Accenture has only provided a maximum of 2 teammates. That's it. We are not having any crowd. Like in other hackathons, we had 3 to 4 members joining in the same team. Here is not the case, right? So if you're confident in you being alone, then that's okay. No worries on that front, right? So I think we're done with the questions. Yes, I feel we are done with the questions now. 1 second. Where is it? Right. Okay. So then let's wrap up the session. Thank you everyone for joining, and I'll go for the video then. Thank you so much. Also want to share that I recently cracked the Accenture interview. Rejected after completing final round. Is there any career opportunity? Abhishek, that's a totally different question. We are on a totally different agenda today. Can you talk about final grand round? Grand final round. Okay. See, in the grand final round, it's like the top teams that are being selected. They would be sent to this. Uh, they would actually be selected for this grand finale round, and they'll actually give in front of a jury like the presentations and all those things. So it would be completed within a day. Like we could have a top 5 team, a top 6 team, whatever the team structure is being decided by Accenture. And based on that, we're going to have certain rounds. So top 3 teams or top 10 teams are going to give their entire presentation in front of the jury, and based on that, we are going to select the top 3. Something like that is going to happen in the grand finale round. Right, completely fine. Right, so no worries on that, Abhishek. And that was the event. So that's the entire thing. No worries. Don't take any that much of a stress. That's completely okay. It's just a hackathon. And hackathons are just here to learn, and I'm sure you guys are learning in between the steps as well, right? So that's the best thing that you should work on. So with that, let's wrap up the session. Thank you everyone for joining, and I wish you best of luck for this session, for these upcoming days that you're going to work. You're going to be working on your project, and I hope you learn a lot of things. So best of luck with that. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next time. Thank you.